to Wine and Spirits with Stephanie. This episode, I have a fun guest. Obviously, I'm a fan of his, Matt Mell, and I'll tell you why. We were chit-chatting the other day, and I have so many people that ask me all the time about Napa. Oh, I'm going to Napa, where should I go? Or just advice on what a trip to Napa should look like. Kind of some do's, some don'ts. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions and then we'll just kind of talk about it. But number one, how many days should you spend in Napa?
Oh, I mean, we could spend 2 weeks in Napa and still not have enough time. But I think for the first time out there, 3 to 5 days is enough for you to get a feel for the valley.
Absolutely. And when's the best time to visit? These are probably the top questions I get asked.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a personal preference as well. It's early in the year. It's a little rainy. Somewhere around March to May is probably the best weather as far as temperatures go and less crowds. But I enjoy when the crush is on. You know, September, October, when there's energy. Everybody's working hard. They're bringing the grapes in.
And
it's
it smells
exciting.
Amazing. By the way.
Oh, it smells.
You'll just be driving. And you're like, what is that? You definitely know you're in wine country. You just smell wine everywhere.
Yep.
The only caveat there is that maybe the winemakers themselves are a little difficult to visit or see just because they're busy during the crush. So I love that you mentioned that because it is personal preference. Are you going to drink wine? Are you going to meet a winemaker? Maybe stay away from crush. If you just want to smell the amazing aromas of wine being crushed, that's a great time. And then stay away from that rainy season. So let's talk some pro tips, right? Because why else come to our amazing little wine shop to ask these questions? They want to know what they don't know, right? So let's do 3 pro tips that people should know about planning a trip.
Okay. Well, first of all, know that when you're making reservations at wineries, they're going to ask you for your flight information and where you're staying. So I would say those are the first 2 things you need to do before you start booking reservations at wineries. Another pro tip is that wineries have now become reservation only for the most part. You can walk into a few, but planning is a big deal. I think that's the one thing that people don't get. They're like, okay, I need to plan whether it's the car that you're driving. And the third tip I would say to you is if you're renting a car, they have car services out there that have drivers that will take your car around.
I love that. I love getting a driver. You're going to be tasting.
Yeah.
Well, how many vineyards do you think?
Well, I think I don't recommend more than 3. 2 to 3 is a perfect amount. And if you've been to 2 to 3 vineyards like Stephanie and I, you probably don't need to be driving. So it's just a nice, relaxing evening. And they're locals, so they can tell you about the terrain and about the town and about some of the people that live there and unique to stories.
So what should people expect to spend?
That's what's great about Napa. There is all ranges of availability. You can go for a $300 tasting to a $25 tasting. It's unique in that. I think planning is important on that. There is a trip for everybody that can be amazing to everybody's budget.
But definitely be prepared to spend money.
It's not. Yeah, you're on vacation. Think of going to Disney and how you're going to spend at Disney. Napa is very similar to that. Like I said, if you're looking to have a trip that's a little more cost effective, probably the summer is a better time to go. If you're looking for a trip that's going to be a little bit more costly and the crush area, the crush time.
And the last little tip I wanted to tell everyone is where to fly into.
Well, I think you fly into San Francisco. That's probably the most direct. Oakland is another option. You can be up to Napa an hour and a half from landing. Those are the easiest ways to do it. There's shuttles up there, as well as you can rent a van to take.
And sometimes we'll fly in, spend the night because we get in late, and then get up the next morning and enjoy the drive because it's just a beautiful area and region.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's just there's such rolling hills, just gorgeous. Think of vineyards. It's sun coming up, sun setting. It's just amazing.
It is amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. We're going to say cheers. And thank you for watching Wine and Spirits with Stephanie, how to plan a trip to Napa.